Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Shout out to Zealous for helping me do some tech support live. Welcome, counselors, scholars. I'm the counselor that's here to teach you critical thinking and to use it and not to be a slave to billion-dollar scummy gaming, companies that don't care about you. Don't be their footstool, right? All right. With that being said, we are back with another episode of the Marathon Chronicles. Yes, I've actually made a playlist called the Marathon Chronicles because it feels like it's an everyday chronicle when talking about Marathon. Bungie has done an update to talk about their next big mode. And it is probably is the stupidest slop I've ever seen. But before we do that, let's jump straight into, you know what time it is. Say it with me. Say it in your chest. Say it together. That's right. Comment of the day. Comment of the day. Comment of the day. That's right. We got comment of the day, which is from MacMan. Replying to our other marathon video, I know it's been comment of the day since you started, but what if it was counseling of the day? And that's an interesting suggestion. Like, what kind of, are we wanting to be serious or do we want to be funny? Like, do we want counseling as if I give you guys just encouragement of the day, or maybe it's supposed to be a goofy thing? Or do you want to ask, send me your licensed questions? And I say unlicensed because I can't, legally give you, outside of just opinion statements. I legally can't represent and be like, yeah, I'm giving you therapy or something like that. I can't do that. But do you want me to be silly, like you give me a thing and then I give you a silly counseling response? You let me know in the comments. We'll see how that turns out, Chief. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Back to the show. It didn't work. Back to the show. Why won't you work? Oh, because I won't shut up long enough for it to render. But we are back to the main show talking about Marathon, and Marathon has released it, and we'll get to my thoughts in a minute, but let's just read what they said. Hey everyone, oh wait, that's the next one. Let's click this one. So we have Ordinance Heist for a limited time. That's right, another limited time event. Who would have thought, chat? Another limited time. There's been so many experimental limited time things that I swear you paid $40 to play an alpha test. That's what this game is. For limited time, runners will be tasked to take down USC enemies during the Ordnance Heist, a new PvP PvE experience built around a multi-run chase across different zones. Isn't this what Tarkov has, where you go into a map, then you extract, and it takes you, instead of just leaving the game, you continue on to the next map? It's great to know that even Marathon is copying Tarkov now, or more so than it normally was. Really original work there. Hunting through different zones, earn USC manifest and spend them on fresh Mida and Traxxas rewards while you work your way toward the hottest prize in the system, the Firestorm. Just remember, the USC won't go down without a fight, and neither will rival runners. The hunts will run from August 18th, December 1st. Maybe this is not season 3, I guess. Maybe it's season 2 and it's the end of the season thing. So they got a brand new gun. Ooh, the hunt. The first task will be hunt down enemies on perimeter, earning manifest and key templates. The tougher the foe, the better your odds. Just be sure to make it back to Exfil to secure your loot. A key template is only the beginning. Complete its embedded objective on Dire Marsh, night or day. Then Exfil with a finished template to convert it into a Firestorm locker key. And then you go to the locker. 3 locker keys is the magic number, and you'll need more before the final stretch begin. Once you earn a total of 3, bring them to a Firestorm locker on perimeter, Dire Marsh, or Outpost, and get ready to turn along long hunt into our very loud opening ceremony. The catch? You won't be the only one running after it. That's right, you better move quick and open them very fast because everyone's going to be getting them. And if you do get there, you are going to get the juicy firestorm. That's right. Claim the firestorm along a hull of valuable loot. The USC won't be thrilled about this development, of course, but just remember, the firestorm cannot be retained. What is the most retarded shit I have ever seen? There is no fucking way that someone's like, yo, this is the hottest shit we've ever made. Oh my God, they're gonna love this. They're going to big dick energy. You go through multiple maps. You're fighting, you are getting all these keys, and the biggest reveal is this hardcore weapon, and you can't even keep it. You can't even keep it. You know what? This is like Destiny. To put this in perspective, people who play Destiny or World of Warcraft or RuneScape, this is like getting that chase item. You're like, damn. And you get it. You get the Galahorn. You get the whatever World of Warcraft god tier weapon is. Vision 2. You get the god tier legendary or exotic. And then at the end of the round or activity, it goes away. Wow. This is some next. You can get Red Death if you do this, and then that and these three, but it disappears on going to orbit. Exactly. This has got to be the most retarded shit I have ever seen. I have never seen a game studio this stupid. If you exfil if the weapon is converted in credits, suspend the magazine before you lose the chance. Then get out with your whatever you can. I don't even give a. Who gives a shit about the rest of it? After the heist has ended, the firestorm will persist as a possible drop in supply drops on zones that feature them. Guys, we're going to introduce this new weapon, but you can't keep it. But later, you're going to be able to do it. After the event's over, then you get to keep it. So you're making people chase literally, this is a definition of chasing the carrot on the stick, except you don't even get to keep the carrot if you catch it. You don't even get to keep the carrot if you catch it. This has got to be the stupidest shit I have ever seen. Again, this would be singing better as a PvE, not PvP. Yes, it would have been better as a PvE, especially since you don't get to fucking keep the gun. You know what would have been funny if you did all the maps leading up to Cryo and you got the big gun and then you got to use the big gun to fuck up the compiler. That would have been cooler. This sounds exactly like the game modes already in the game. I'm all for new stuff to do and everything, but I need to see more Tile City 4, please. Yes, you are just doing the same shit over and over and over. New maps? Guys, you don't want to play the same map, but it's dark? Wow. It's crazy that they can't even make you have the same fucking 4 maps. It is how many? It's almost a year. No, March will be a year. You're getting close to a year and you haven't got a new fucking map. What a fucking joke. Y'all calling for PvE, please let PvP players have this. Y'all just had Vault Breaker for a month and permanently at PvE mode in September. You're not even getting it's not even permanent. I don't understand. Anyways, this was my general thoughts. Yep. Big brain. Listen, but someone at Bungie wants the company to fail. They want Bungie to put the fries in the bag. Someone is desperately trying to cripple and sabotage this company. There's no shot that someone's like, this is heat. Guys, we're making heat. No, you're not. But then they had this to say, hey, everyone, we've seen some discussion around Ordnance Heist and just wanted to be clear, 2 key things. How many runs does this take? You'll be able to get multiple keys from a run, and the fastest path is 3 successful runs. So you have to do 3 successful runs to get a weapon that you can't even leave with. Are you stupid? Are you that goddamn stupid? How do they work? You collect them. Elites have a low drop. There's no fucking way. You have to chase these rare drops. Survive for a weapon you don't even get to keep. Oh my God. But what is the point of getting this gun if you can't exfil it? To use it against a team in this one match? Why not a super ward or something huge boss to use the firestorm on, and that ends up dropping crazy gold loot? The point of the gun is just like any other. You defeat whatever you are fighting. There are plenty of things in extract shooters that can't be exfilled. No, there's fucking not. What the fuck are you talking about? Name one damn thing in Tarkov that's a gun that you can't leave with. You can't, because you're a bitch. Any comments on the destroyed wing spot? This just isn't it. You guys are the reason the game is suffering. You keep making all the wrong moves. Where's the story? You guys lost the plot hard. Alfred, at this point, they should have just redo Vault of Glass. How much slop can they make? A lot. Anime. Forever Winter is an extract shooter with like a dozen maps, and you can progress through all of them before extracting. Buddy, this ain't it, Chief. They're flooding the game with these templates, meaning hearing people go after the gun in its loot is not going to be an uncommon occurrence. Good luck. Key explains in more detail. Thanks for the clarification. 3 run minimum for a gun that has 6 rounds. Yeah, I'm just camping lockers. Yep. Seems these devs can't win. If this update was a nothing burger, they'd be mad. But here's an end season update with new LT, new weapon, implants, new mods, new bounds. Yeah, everyone's crying. These people can't win. It's because it's dog shit. Because you're literally, it's like, here, we put sprinkles on dog shit. This is a fun ass concept. If you didn't lose the loot when you died, it would be cool if you got to keep the fucking gun. This hard, like, not everyone's gonna get this gun. You have to bust your ass for. You have to fight other people for in multiple stages. Who thought this was a good idea? This is what happens when a game is created by morons that do not play the game. If your goal is to try to get new players to play this game, this isn't it, Chief. You're like, here's this activity that you are never going to touch because it's not rewarding whatsoever. Oh my God. What you all should also know. Oh, by the way, we're moving on. We're moving on to some mini drama while we're at it. The marathon community always has some moments. You know, the leaders of Bungie are retarded, and now we understand why we have people like this. Never in my life have I seen. Let's just go to this one, right? Let's go to the Zenith quote. Never in my life have I seen a game get as much artificial hate as Marathon. Sure, buddy, it's artificial. I'm sorry, but you all simply don't deserve Destiny 3 at this point. The amount of whining and nitpicking from D2 Glazers is astonishing. Have Bungie game communities always been this unsavory, or is it recent? I wouldn't necessarily call it all hate or criticism artificial. Some people generally just do not like it. Crazy concept, I know. Nowhere did I say that. No, that's what you're implying. Which is why no one respects you, no one cares about you, and why your game is going to die in a ditch. And so is your personality. What you all should also know is that not only is it much of the hate manufactured, but 95% of haters also don't even care. They just go to Chat GPT and ask. 95% of haters go to Chat GPT and ask for help. Bro, you at least Chat GPT will give you something to talk about. You can't even, you're just bitching about people bitching. Let's conceptualize this a little bit. You are online bitching about people bitching and saying it's Chat GPT. At least Chat GPT would say something of intelligence because there's nothing here. And of course, this, again, just a reminder, even Bungie doesn't want this person on their program, their content creator program. And we can see why. There is no shot that you went out of your way. You spent your real time for a Twitter post to copy a bunch of tweets, which a lot of these are old, bro. This is found a month ago. You went back a month ago, and to compile this tweet. This isn't the win that you think it is. You're not showing someone who's complained about the game over a month versus someone who spent their time going through someone's profile and clipping. You wasted real life time instead of playing the game. This is the perfect example why people make fun of mirror bots and why no one respects them, why you should laugh at them, why they're subhuman beings that really shouldn't be voting. Ain't employed enough to go and scroll through your chronically online cesspool of a page to get receipts for you doing far more brigading for a marathon than what I'm hating on. Wrong answer, nephew. No, dude, it's the right answer. 9 screenshot, 2 likes. It's always the likes. It's always, these people are like, doesn't have enough likes. Literally. Do you play it? I hear the movement is horrible to jank. And then we have Blue, which apparently Blue is having a crash out. So let's see what's going on here. Bungie killed Destiny by prioritizing Marathon and other bullshit projects that didn't even see the light of day. All you Marathon defenders are so blind. Y'all really watch them shift the whole studio and still act like Destiny just naturally died. Or you could get a job, buy Marathon, and support Bungie until Destiny 3 comes out instead of ranting on Twitter about how your decade-old game doesn't get support. Or you could shut the fuck up and stop getting mad about what people are saying and go play your damn game. It's people, they don't get it. Literally dead brain cells able to send tweets. Agreed. I'm just going to start chucking all these guys in the same bin. Here's another one. So they like a game that you don't like. Water is wet. If you want to support Bungie, support Marathon. No, fuck Bungie. Fuck Bungie. Another one. Okay, we're straight up revising history now. You mean 8 years ago when the game launched? What are we talking about? Difference, idiot, is all these games are successful while Marathon isn't. Yeah, but the problem is that Destiny 2, even though people shit on its launch, was still very successful. It made a shit ton of money. Entitled losers. And you're in the loony bin. Gave them the benefit of the doubt and was kind. In you go. No correlation. Don't ask you to keep making the pro D3 post. Just the Marathon Doomer stuff is odd because there's no correlation. I don't like Marathon. Never tried. I love D2 with all my heart, but L plus ratio. This one's just funny. Keep crying. It's always people who are like the Marathon community that say shit like this. Anyways, that's a rabbit hole I'm not going to continue going down. But we have another one. And then this is so funny. There is 100% some kind of coordinated effort. Hell, even I had multiple people create burner accounts just to leave inflammatory, hateful comments on my post. Even on my profile, these people are truly ill. You and your Reddit Discover Twitter shills have harassed other people away from the game. You'll never admit to seeing it, but you do. Also, you're just disgusting. Your art is lazy gooner slop, and that pushed a lot of people away, but you'll never admit either. Go back to your basement. Okay, so they're just mad, but yes, this is a hate campaign. paint your ceiling, you're a porn brain degenerate, and I had a very real negative impact on the community, and no joke, caused people to walk away and not pick the game. Oh my God. These are people calling out these losers who are actually these people who are parasites to their own community are getting called out. And so now they're seeing it as a hate campaign. People from their own community are calling out their deranged behavior. And these people themselves are like, this is a coordinated hate campaign. These people are truly ill. It is, oh my God. Oh my God. It's very obvious it's all Pete Parsons. I can't even see if it's a joke. Oh no, these people are not real. These people are not real. These people are not real human beings. They're subhuman. These people just aren't real. I can't even tell if it, like, this is so stupid. It has to be bait. It has to be bait. It has to be trolling. These people cannot be real. I thought this was funny. Just found out a Marathon Deb has me blocked. I wonder why. I'm very curious. I'm surprisingly, I'm not blocked by any Marathon devs, mostly because I don't actually make fun of the game. I just make fun of the community, which I'm gonna be honest. I bet $5 that there are devs in the Marathon community or the Marathon like Bungie that agree with me, that they see the same shit that I see and make fun of. And there's a reason why some of these people are not being allowed to become Marathon content creators in the program. They agree with me. They see the same shit and they see how parasitic these people are and how much of a clown they are. And they're like, yeah, we don't want that shit either. I'm just curious. What are we posting here? I'm just very curious. What did they say anything that got them banned? So far, I'm not seeing anything I'm not seeing anything. They actually play the game too. So that's such a weird thing to see a dev ban you. And then we have Craig. We have to end this on a Craig, old Craig, our favorite failed analyst. That's right. Former failed analyst. In fact, poor Craig got bullied so much that they had to remove former and keep game analyst. Cause we know Craig isn't an actual analyst anymore. He's a lion. So we have I've come fully around on Steam chart losers. They're hilarious. Been crying and shitting themselves for 6 months to no avail. Astacross and True Blue have fried every last brain. And I've seen this post, and every fucking time a Maribot uses this, unironically, they play themselves. So let's read this article, or this science plus this little tidbit. Complaining harms your brain. Research reveals that constant complaining weakens the brain. Focusing on negatives increase cortisol and reduce the brain capacity to adapt. Craig, that's you. You literally played yourself. You are in your same post. You are bitching about Steam chart people. And you're bitching about True Blue and Astacross. You are the thing that you posted. You constantly bitch about it for the past 6 months. You have bitched about Steam charts. You've bitched about it. There's one there. There's one there. Oh, I don't know what that is. There's one there. 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 Oh, you see a pattern that there's constantly. There's one about aim assist, bitching about people complaining about that. As you can see, like there's some normal shit, but there's constantly something. There's bitching in there. There's bitching there. There's bitching there. There's bitching there. There's bitching there. Again, another one. The same post. You did it twice. There's bitching there. There's bitching there. It's just constantly, like we can drag. Bro, you have lost all your brain cells. The past 6 months, you've done nothing but bitch about people who don't like the game. You are the lowest IQ human being possible because you fried your own brain. This isn't the win that you think it is. This is you played yourself. This is, I am so stupid that I don't smell my own fart. I don't smell my own stink. How low brain intelligence are you? And it's always the Marabots that think they got a win. It's almost as bad. Mara Brain Dead Classic. It's almost as stupid as this one. I mean, no, it's probably stupider. Where they're calling out people's intelligence about how they don't have a 3rd grade reading level, and yet it's like a 1st grade level to spell read. They put ready. It writes itself. It writes itself. But anyways, this isn't the prototypical Marabots. You played yourself. Weren't we all dogging on a dude for reacting to a clearly AI riddled YouTube video? Article only goes back to Facebook posts, doesn't source a scientific study, and the account uses a ton of AI images. Wait. Bold words from a guy knowing Destiny 2 is dead and still stream rolling Marathon player count. Pun intended. Marathon has one foot on the grave and the other on the merit. You know what? Just complaining. Let's find it. Grok. Is there any research that complaining, what was the specifics? Complaining weakens the brain. Let's see. You should be able to pull up a study. Do you don't play it all the time because I burned out on it, but yeah, movement is clunky. Last I checked, they were reworking jump to be more responsive, but I don't know how it feels. Yeah, Azula, Brain Dead Classic. Mara Brain Dead Classic, yeah. It's just so funny that they always do this aha, got you moment, and it's like, you played yourself. You actually played yourself. You do the thing. It'd be one thing if out of the blue, you're like, I'm just going to leave this here. And then you went on to talk about how every time they complain, it's always funny. This is pure comedy. Yes, there's related research, but the popular claim that complaining directly weakens or shrinks the brain, especially a specific Stanford study about 30 minutes of complaining damaging the hippocampus, is a myth. Ha! So it's a myth. The viral claim is false. A widely shared idea popularized around 2014-2016 by articles, including one attributed to Travis Bradbury, and amplified by outlets like the World Economic Forum, asserted that research from Stanford showed 30 minutes of daily complaining or exposure to negativity physically shrinks the hippocampus, the brain region involved in memory, learning, and problem solving. Tracing citation shows no such study exists. It appears to stem from loose misattributions of broader work on stress, cortisol, and brain structure. What the actual science shows, by the way, if you want to know, there's actual articles. I don't know about Forbes. I would actually have to see the real articles, to be honest. Chronic or habitual complaining intersects with well-supported findings on neuroplasticity, stress hormones, and repetitive negative thinking. Neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together, wired together. Repeated behavior strengthens association neural pathways, making them more automatic. Habitual complaining or focusing on negatives can reinforce circuits for negativity, threat detection, and problem spotting. Okay, so you continue to do the same thing over and over again. You continue to do it. Cortisol, chronic stress. Complaining often activates the stress response. Okay, so you stress yourself out. Rumination and negative thought patterns. Complaining often overlaps with rumination, repetitive focus on problems without resolution. Structural and functional imagining studies link higher rumination to differences in regions like the prefrontal cortex, right here, and anterior cingulate. You know, I should know these words from my class, and I never learned. Prenuncus and the default mode network connectivity. These patterns are associated with poor emotional regulation, cognitive control, and increased risk for mood. So, listening, chronic complaining. So, the biggest thing is, no, it's a myth. It's a fucking myth. Wow. You're telling me it's a myth? Damn, Jackie, you're telling me it's a myth? It's almost like someone didn't do their research. Wow. Wow. Word. Don't LARP as a psych me as someone has understanding of anything to do with the brain because you don't even use yours. Do the basic research. By the way, I know the caveat. The caveat here is the fact that I did not like using Grok is not considered peer-reviewed actual evidence. You would want to actually look at, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna do something that is actually. By the way, I would also be very wary of articles. Articles are not like this are not peer-reviewed. They're not. They're not actual peer reviewed unless they give you actual research. And that's what we're looking for. We're going to look for the actual article, and they don't even give you that. Okay, the Kinney data. Okay, look at the data. So this is from a website that I don't even know. Okay, so here's your sources. 2017, this is the research. This is important because you can go look this up specifically, this actual article. These are the people who wrote it. The cultivation of pure altruism versus gratitude, a functional MRI study. And the important thing is the abstract will give you just the general run through, the introduction of the study. And then it shows you the breakdown of what the material, the participants, how they actually did it. These are all important. They also cite a bunch of sources. You could also double check these sources that they're citing and how they did the studies. Study overview, questionnaires, session 1. And this is the kind of research, if you really want to be in the know, this is what you need to actually look up. This is what I actually had to do, is look up stuff like this to find your actual sources. But it breaks it down. It's a very thorough study. And even then, just because it looks nice, you still have to judge it for what it is, because just because it's a study doesn't mean it's peer reviewed. It also doesn't mean that it's correct. And you can look at all the references. Again, that's another way to double check if a study is good. You could also go Google Scholar. This is another way. If you want to look at peer reviewed evidence, you can go here to Google Scholar, type in Google Scholar, and you could if you want to look at a topic, does, what am I looking for Google Scholar? Does complaining hurt your brain? No, not hurt. Weaken your brain. And then how complaining rewires your brain for negativity. So here's an article that you can go look up. We wanted to look up these real quick. There's an entire article about this. I know we went from making fun of Merabots to actually showing you how to do actual fucking research, which Craig, wouldn't know because he's never done research in his life. So here we go. Yeah, I learned in uni study to have reputable validity before I can use it on my paper. Yeah, so you always want to double check, but you can look at actual and look at the date. You always want to see if you want to try to get the most up-to-date research instead of citing something from like 1993, right? And sometimes there isn't a bunch of studies and some of the data is all you have, but that doesn't mean that it's still correct. But yeah, you always want to look at your data. There's not much on this page. Just because it's on Google Scholar doesn't mean it's all peer reviewed and doesn't mean it's substantial. There's a lot to do with it, but I would say for the normies and the average, doing this basic research is more than what you will ever see come from old Craig. Do the basic research. Might I suggest Google Scholar as a starting point? Don't LARP. As the counselor, as someone who has a master's degree, I can tell you, Greg, you're a fucking LARPer, and I can use that in the correct term. Get the fuck out of here. That feels so damn good to see a failed analyst getting his ass clapped by an actual master's degree, LPC trained counselor. Get fucking clapped, bitch. Very rarely. That's probably the first time I got to use my degree in a way to clap ass. And that sounds really weird. Anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. I'm going to hit this. If you enjoyed watching Marabots get clapped, subscribe to the channel.
Players. You know you want to hit that subscribe button. That's right, players. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Don't forget to hit that bell. When you subscribe, you're going to hit that little bell, and there might be another bell. Hit those bells. Ring my bell, player. Ring my bell. Come on, you know you want to subscribe to the channel. Player, if you don't subscribe to the channel, you're a broke boy, and I'm saying it. Now, if you excuse me, I've got to go ruin some modern games by adding more MTX. That's right, baby.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Don't complain. Don't complain now. Don't be like Craig. You don't want to fulfill the myth. You're gonna weaken your brain. Guys, got to be careful. Got to be careful. Okay. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Game out. Huzzah.